There's 3 things I say restaurants gotta have to drive repeat business. Great food, great atmosphere, and great service. The place you're gonna see in this episode is Madison's up in the outskirts of Chicago. Their atmosphere, the ambiance is unbelievable. We're gonna talk to one of the owners and operators about what they've done to create an atmosphere that to me reminds me of Norm from Cheers. We're also gonna talk about the food, how they scaled the menu down, and some things they did during the pandemic that they're keeping, like their outdoor dining. Let's go inside. Hey, what's up? It's Matt. We're back with another episode of MPTV. This time we're in the suburbs of Chicago. We're with Chetna of Madison's. What's going on?
Everything's good. Welcome.
Thanks for having us up here.
Anytime.
So I guess first, introduce yourself. Tell us about Madison's.
All right, my name is Chetna Patel, and Madison's is our local community bar and grill. A lot of people say this is like Cheers.
Yep.
Basically. And if you've seen those episodes, pretty much everybody comes in. If you come in the evenings and it's that vibe, everybody knows everybody. We pretty much know everything about everybody. And it's like a community bar and grill and a restaurant too.
Which is ironic because when we were talking earlier, I was talking about one of our missions is to help restaurants find more norms.
Yes,
because I love that.
Is it.
I grew up in the 80s and 90s. It was norm, and I think a lot of restaurants struggle to connect with those customers enough, and that's who pays the bills.
Correct. That's true. And
So,
we have our patronizing locals that
Yep.
are diehard fans of Madison's, and they'll drive 20 minutes or 30 minutes just to come here every Friday night or Saturday evening to join us here.
Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the ambiance, the atmosphere, because I commonly tell restaurants there's 3 reasons people won't come back. Mm-hmm. They don't enjoy the food, they don't enjoy the service, they don't enjoy the ambiance. Like this place is unbelievable.
Yes,
I love it.
It's amazing. Thanks to Arne and Show, who are part of Madison's. They pretty much did this all by themselves. We didn't want to shut down the restaurant while we were doing upgrades. They would come in on weekends and work through this whole thing and would clean up and start the restaurant. So we wouldn't lose the business, and we didn't want to close it down either. So it's hard labor, and then our locals who have some tradesmanship, they contributed in helping us as well.
And everywhere I look, there's a little different flavor, like Marilyn Monroe there, the Cubs, and I saw the Trubinsky Bears in the lobby, the artwork, the map behind us.
Yes, that is the highlight, I think. Mainly that I found because I'm from Kenya and Arne's from Norway and Schultz from North Dakota. So we needed something to represent all of us, and international territories was one of the themes initially.
We were recently at I don't know if you've heard of Mellow Mushroom or not, but we were at a Mellow Mushroom restaurant in Atlanta. There's 170 of them. They're a casual dining pizza restaurant. But one thing that's unique from that franchise is none of them look alike. Right. You go in there and there's 50 different cool things like this, and you go to the next one, they don't look like it. Right. And one thing the owner told me the other night, we were talking to him, is he said, what I like about the way we designed this is you could come here every week and you could sit in a different part of the restaurant and have a different view and see something you've never seen before.
Yes. And I think here in particular, everybody who's dined in different sections experienced a different vibe too, because the bar is lively, loud, happening, and then there's this section there where there's parties, big groups, and then the families are here, some seniors are here, and also regulars who want to just sit there and just enjoy a quiet time as well.
Okay, break time. Restaurant owners, you're watching MPTV, so you're obviously interested in increasing your sales and profits. But what if I told you you could eliminate the hope and pray out of your marketing? You could spend money and actually see results. Most marketing starts with attention, like a billboard. The problem is that attention leads nowhere. That's why we created the ROI Engine Restaurant Program. We take attention and gain huge engagement, whether it's in-store or online. We help you build a database with deep customer information that's comprised of email, cell phone, and birthday. And then we drive them into the restaurant with trackable results. Yes, results you can actually see. If you're interested and want to have a conversation, check out restaurantmarketingthatworks.com. Worst case scenario, you get a lot of great ideas. Now back to the show. So shifting to the food, I know you talked about Shill, and you made a comment that everything that they've kept on the menu is big sellers.
Yes.
Have you narrowed the menu down? Because I know a lot of restaurants have these real wide menus, and I say, oh, that hardly sells. I'm like, well, why is it on there?
Right. Yeah, we've narrowed it down quite a bit, but yet we left all our top sellers on the menu because our kitchen space is very limited, and if something is not selling, it should not be taking space in the kitchen either. And we want to make sure that all that flavor profile with Arne from Norway, me from Africa, and Shill from the US, just have all those flavors combined, make the menu together.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say North Dakota, and I was trying to figure out what North Dakota is known for.
Burgers.
Burgers? Burgers and steak?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it is.
So the past year was obviously a challenge, past year and a half. I saw there's some outdoor dining out back now. What have you all learned that you didn't do before that now you've adapted to and you see being a staple in the future?
Outdoor dining.
Yeah.
Yeah, big thing. We had not even thought about it because we have a small deck. Didn't realize that it would become such a big thing that now we're considering expanding that and having that outdoor dining, which is outside on the parking lot on a deck eventually. So yeah, we have to incorporate with the changes, and that's what we're trying to do too.
Well, that's what I've heard from a lot of operators there, whether it was outdoor dining, carry out, third party, delivery. They're like, Matt, before the pandemic, we didn't do this, or this. We didn't think about it. We didn't think it was possible. When the pandemic happened, we had to get creative.
Yeah.
And then we figured it out. Now we're looking at it going, man, how did we not do this the last 10 years?
Exactly. I think it's got us to think outside the box and challenge ourselves, and that's one good thing that happened, that we could do that, and it pushed us. It didn't make sense initially. Obviously anything different is not going to be easy, but now I can see that we should have done this a long time ago. Yeah.
So last question, talking about location. We talked about ambiance, we talked about food. You're in a unique location for me because most places I go to, there's 3, 4, 5 restaurants. You can see houses, you can see this. I can see the expressway and a lot of industrial. And I don't know your area great, but it looks a little different than what I'm accustomed to seeing restaurants at.
Correct. So we're in a commercial area where we get a lot of our lunch crowds from the businesses around here. Mars, company is right here, and there's a lot of other smaller companies. But in the evening, we're known for this area's restaurant happening. Only because this is different. Like I said, it's like a Cheers. It's a family bar. And we have customers walking from their residence, which is 2 miles up in Burridge, and then Hinsdale as well. Some bike it here, and it's just a happening place. I mean, it's a hidden gem. It's a destination for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to know about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't find it. I mean, I've passed by it and never thought I should step in here until we purchased it. Yeah.
Restaurant owners, did you know Matt has free online marketing courses that teach you how to successfully market your restaurant? Email support@mattplapp.com to get access to the courses and a free social media content calendar.
Cool. So the last question I always like to end the podcast with, which I didn't prep you with, is what do you do to put it on airplane mode? The restaurant world is busy, and a lot of the people have a hard time disconnecting. Is there something that you do when you leave here to kind of disconnect and keep your mind right?
I've challenged myself to incorporate workout, which we started as Madison's group. So my employees and customers, we created a workout group. So we do that every other morning. And then again, the same thing with golfing. I took on that, and it's my customers and my staff that I golf with.
Awesome.
So they get a break, I get a break, and we're not talking about work or anything, but we're challenging ourselves and learning something new.
Awesome. Yeah. I love it. I love outdoors with the golf, and I love working out. And when you're with a community, it makes it even easier, because working out a lot of times it's a grind, and it's like, why am I doing this? I don't really need to do it now. I could wait another week. But when you've got people with you, you hold each other accountable.
We do, and we've sustained all our staff, and because we made it like a home for them, they've become part of Madison's, and that's what I wanted to do, is like encourage them to start working out with us or start doing other activities that is better than just being here.
Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's all we've got for this episode of MPTV. We will see you next time in maybe another city.